up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie. This is Kyle. Glad to be back at you this week, and we're on a different couch this time. We switched couches.
Yes.
If you remember if you remember the Bruins Canadians episode we did, we were on this couch, and we've decided to come back for this episode. And this is actually a pretty special episode, as you all know. It is. The holidays are approaching, is the holiday season, so we figured it'd be cool to do the first ever On Your Couch Talking Sports holiday special. So we're going to have some fun tonight. What we've done is Kyle and I have both compiled the list of our top 5 sports moments, personal or professional, from the year 2013. We like to share them with you right now. So Kyle, you ready to do this?
I am readier than ever.
Alright, so I'm going to go first with my top 5. My 5th moment, we're going to start at number 5, first of all, and work our way down to number 1. So my number 5 moment actually involves this guy right here. Him and I had the opportunity during the 2012-2013 season to coach a youth basketball team here in the town that we live in. And it was just a lot of fun. It was something, that it's one of those moments that you'll never forget it because you got to do with one of your friends and stuff like that. So, even though our team we didn't win a lot of games, I think we won like 2 or 3 games, but it was still fun. We we had a good group of kids that we enjoyed coaching. Got to play against some really other good teams. Got to play against some teams from out of the town. Which is always fun. Got to take a road trip or two. But, even though, like I said, we didn't do that great record-wise, we still had a lot of fun. It was still something, an experience I got to share with a good friend of mine. And we coached once before, way back when we were in high school, and now...
Yeah, that was back in, what was it, 05, 06, I think?
Yeah, something like that. But
almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I know, how time flies, right?
Incredible.
But anyway, we decided fall of 2012 that we'd like to try it again, and we went for it. And obviously, we're not professional coaches.
Nope. I mean, I am. No,
as became apparent, but we still had fun. I think the kids learned something, and it was just a fun experience to do. So that's number 5 on my list. Number 4. Now I'm going to jump sort of into the professional ranks. Number 4, a hockey game I had an opportunity to go to. Game 5 of this year's NHL Eastern Conference Finals between the Bruins and Rangers at TD Garden in Boston. As you may know or may have heard from watching our first episode, the Bruins went all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals this year, and in the process defeated the New York Rangers 4-1 to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I had the opportunity to be at Game 5, which was the clinching game of that series, which the Bruins won. I think it was 3-1, 4-1, something along those lines. But just the atmosphere in that building, especially when the Bruins sealed the game away, was just amazing. The place was vibrating. It was an extremely intense environment. These two teams are big rivals. They don't really like each other, so that sort of added to it. But also, it was just fun. Anytime you get a chance to go to a playoff game of any sport, whether it be hockey, basketball, baseball, football, take the opportunity, because it is just one of those experiences that you will never forget. And I certainly did forget that game. Oh, yeah. Number 3 is a regular season Red Sox game that I went to back this past summer. The Red Sox were playing the Seattle Mariners. The Red Sox were losing 7-2 heading into the bottom of the 9th inning. I know what you think of the game's over, stuff like that. No chance to come back. Yep. Red Sox score 6 runs at the bottom of the 9th inning to win the game 8-7. And I was one of the few people that actually stayed for the whole game. A lot of people left after like the 7th inning. But I stayed for the whole game because that's the kind of sports fan I am, and got to see a terrific comeback. And it was one of my favorite Major League Baseball games that I've been to. So it's great to great to see the Red Sox win. I saw a couple walk-off wins this year, but and one of them will be coming up. But just a lot of fun to be at, and glad I stayed till the ninth inning.
That's good that you did that because I noticed this year's especially for Boston in general, for Boston sports, is the big year for comebacks.
Yeah.
Not only the Red Sox, but the Pats. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it's definitely it's good that you did that.
Yeah. And actually, that sort of segues me into number 2 on my list, which is Game 2 for the Red Sox of the American League Championship Series. This is probably one of the, if not the best baseball game I think I've ever been to. And it wasn't that way for the first 7 innings, I'll tell you that much, because the Red Sox had struggled. They had been shut out Game 1 of that series. They were down 5-0 in Game 2 against the Detroit Tigers, and you didn't know if they were going to be able to come back from that. Just everything looked so bleak. But the Red Sox fought back in the bottom of the 8th inning. David Ortiz, Big Papi, the man who's done it so many times before, steps up, bases loaded, and hits a grand slam into the right field bullpen to tie the game. Everybody just went crazy. I know I went crazy. I was hugging random people around me. It was just insane. I could not believe that they did that. Then they, in the bottom of the 9th inning, walked off with the Jared Saltalamacchia single. And again, the place just went crazy. And it really sort of changed the tone of the playoffs for the Red Sox. They sort of looked down and out a little bit. People were unsure if they were going to be able to rebound. But that game, that one swing by David Ortiz, if you want to look at a moment that changed the course of the playoffs for the Red Sox, that was it right there. So, again, best $80 I ever spent for right field bleacher seats, and it was just amazing. And then number 1, even though I wasn't at this game, which I wish I would have, but I didn't want to pay my entire life savings to go. Get the Red Sox winning the World Series.
Yeah.
For the first time in over 90 years, as we said before, the Red Sox clinched the series at home in Game 6 against the St. Louis Cardinals, and just capped off a terrific 2013 campaign. Worst to first, as we'll forever call it, and just unbelievable. Being a lifelong Red Sox fan and just getting to see them win 3 World Series championships in the 2000s, but also not only that, but in my lifetime. Whereas a lot of people who were a lot older may have never gotten to see a Red Sox World Series championship. But it was just an amazing year for the Red Sox. I'm just so proud to Boston strong. Let's go with that. But just so proud to be a Red Sox fan this year, and to see them finish it off and win the World Series, especially the fact that they got to do it at home, which was really cool. So I'm gonna step aside now, and I'm gonna turn it over to my buddy here for his top 5 list. So Kyle, take it away.
All right, so top 5. I'm gonna go from a more personal standpoint because I don't watch as many sports. I'll admit, but from the games I saw and heard about, I'll just do a quick recap. I liked. Obviously, I love seeing the Red Sox win the World Series. I love seeing the Pats get out of all those clinchers. Making those big comebacks and everything, and of course the one that he wasn't so happy about, Robbie, about seeing the Canadians beat the Bruins in a week. So I thought that was cool. But anyways, so I'm gonna go. Let's see, number 5 personal moment. So back in, when was it? It was I believe it was this summer. Back in, it was in July. I don't know if I told you this, but I actually played this was the only time in my life I actually played a softball game. This was with my coworkers. So I work at this preschool I work at. I'm basically the only male there. So so yeah, basically we were doing softball. We did softball for the summer. We went all the way to out to Lowell, which is far away from where we live. So Yeah, we played a game there at the Spinners Field.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. I actually,
So-
just quickly, I had an opportunity, I had an opportunity to actually coach a game there this spring
Oh, really?
as well, yeah, for the high school team that I had an opportunity to coach, so that was actually pretty cool.
Cool. That's a great field, by the way. I love that field. So, I mean, no, honestly, it was a great experience. I love it was just really different because I've never played softball, but it was I don't know, I made a single hit actually, believe it or not. I made a base run to first base. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. It's been a while since I played softball, or I'm sorry, baseball. I never played softball. Let's see. Number 4 was when Robbie and I's high school. I mean, I didn't go to this one personally, but when Robbie and I's high school faced off with my dad's high school, the football teams.
Yes.
The big that was a really big matchup because Robbie and I were always. I mean, you and I, Robbie, we were always talking about like
Yeah.
we were saying that oh that'd be cool if someday
Yeah, exactly. That those two teams got to meet up, and hey, what do you know?
And then like they finally met up. They finally faced each other after.
Now go ahead and tell them the result of that game.
And yeah, I will say because it was an interesting game because our high school had a pretty good season, but the high school that my dad used to go to actually is really good. They've
They're
had
the
a
top
very
seed
good
in the
several.
state. Yeah, they're the top team in
Yeah.
the state for most of the year. So
They
it's sort of that 1 versus 8 matchup with us being the 8 and that being the 1. So it's definitely a tough game from the beginning.
It was incredible. It was like wow. So I mean they've been so it was actually a very good matchup. It was very good, clash of the Titans I thought, and because the high school had a good year too. Actually, they've had last year and this year were pretty good for our high school. So it was great seeing those two teams face off against each other. Let's see, moment number 3. Another personal moment was actually I was at Dartmouth, and I actually at a Dartmouth baseball game actually in the spring, and I manned the scoreboard for the very first time in my life, and that was actually really cool. I loved it.
That is pretty cool. That's I wish I could do a scoreboard for a college baseball game. So I'm actually pretty jealous. Good job.
Thank you. It was they just need help. They just need help last minute, so they're like, hey Kyle, you know how to use this? I was like, kind of. Let's do it. You're on. I'm like, okay. So it was kind of it was very interesting because it was they just basically did like a 5-minute crash course. All right, this is how you do everything. Go. I was like, okay. So
I'm sure you did a wonderful job.
Thank you. I it was a little rough at first, I'll admit, but it got better as the game went along. It's kind of it really tests your speed.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. You gotta be very alert to do that kind of thing. So you gotta watch every pitch, every play. So
Yeah, it was.
you can't take your eyes off it for 1 second.
Exactly.
So you'll miss a lot.
Nope. So don't daydream. If you're manning a scoreboard, do not daydream because
That's true. Yeah.
that won't lead you anywhere good. So, number 2 was I'm gonna copy Robbie on this one. CYO
Go right ahead.
basketball. When we did the coaching, I thought it was awesome. It was the only other time I've ever coached a team. First time, of course, being with back with this guy. Back with you when we were back like sophomores in high school.
Yeah.
I think that was so long ago.
Yeah,
My God,
I know.
10 years ago.
We're having a little flashback moment, so it's part of this. So.
Yeah. So yeah, it was great. It was just a really fun season. It was I liked the kids that we had. We had these kids. We had I think the age range was 13, 14-year-old.
Yes.
Yes. So we had they were a great group of kids. We were having a good time. Just practice was hilarious. We had some really funny practices.
We had some very funny practices. Yes. It was could be quite a show to behold there, but no, it was a fun time. It really was.
It was. I got really goofy. I gotta say. I'm sorry, but I might have been a little too goofy for what we did. But that's all right. Yeah. That's just the way I coach, I guess.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with nobody's. You're not being paid for this, so you're allowed to have your goofy moments.
That's true. Yeah, it was good. It was fun. I liked it. And number one moment of the year.
Numero uno
is actually not technically a sports moment, but
boy.
it was me when I was back. All right, so I worked. I started working in one of the toddler rooms at a school outside of Boston, and that was part of the same company I work in. And they put me in with 4 toddlers, just me, 4 toddlers. That was it. So 2 moments out of that were pretty cool for that morning. It was just for the morning. I was watching these 4 kids, and eventually we went outside. And I remember it was back in the summer. I think it was back in like early fall, late summer, and I remember I was pushing this giant. I had to put in this giant carriage because we walked around the town. That was a lot of fun. But then I got to a hill. I was like, oh jeez, I can't even. So I had to this big ass carriage, full of like 4 toddlers and everything. So I had to push up and push the carriage. I made it all the way to the top of the hill. So that was a good personal moment. And well, on the way, and then when we got ready to go to the playground, one of the really younger ones was about to. I didn't realize he didn't really know how to climb down the stairs, because when you got toddlers like this high, they don't always really know how to climb the stairs. So he was about to fall, and then I made the catch. I was like, gotcha. So it was, yeah. Well, I thought sports, catching sports.
Yeah, walking, pushing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the best example of trying to turn something that was completely unrelated to sports, somewhat related into sports. So you actually, I got to commend you. You actually did a pretty good job of trying, But
Thank you.
that is a funny moment. Sometimes we gotta veer off the beaten path a little bit here. So no, good.
Story of my life.
Yes. So now we're going to move into our monologues.
Right.
I'm going to begin as we round out our, like I said, holiday special. Mine is going to be a little bit based on college football. For those of you who do not know, the Heisman Trophy, which is the biggest award given out each year in college football, the nation's best player, was awarded this past Saturday night in New York City, and there were 6 finalists. And first of all, I want to congratulate the winner, Jameis Winston, a quarterback from Florida State, youngest player ever to win the award. So congratulations to him. He 19.
Oh wow!
And he really did deserve it. He was definitely from start to finish the best player. But what I want to talk about is that for the first time since 1986, when Doug Flutie won the award, Boston College, which I'm a big fan of them, go to a lot of football games and stuff like that, had a player represented at the finalist ceremony in the final 6. Andre Williams, a running back, a beast if you want to call it that. He broke a bunch of rushing records this year and really, just really helped take a Boston College team that had won 2 games the year before and really helped put them back on the map. They won 7 games this year, made it to a bowl game. Very exciting time. And he finished 4th in the final race. But I just want to say this, is that, being a long-time BC fan, it was really cool. Yeah, I usually watch the Heisman Trophy ceremony on TV, see who wins, stuff like that. But to actually turn it on, and for the first time in my lifetime, see a BC player represented in that room was pretty cool. To have him finish 4th out of all the players in the country, it's a really exciting moment for BC. It really gives them some credibility, something to be proud of. So Andre, I'll wrap by saying this on behalf of Eagles fans everywhere. Congratulations, good job, good luck in the bowl game. Help us win the first bowl game we've been to since 2010. Win our 8th game. All of BC Nation is proud of you, and keep moving forward. So. Great job to Andre. Now I'm going to turn the floor over to this man to sort of bring us home here with his monologue. Go
Alright,
ahead.
so I just want to talk quickly about this. This won't be too long. I'm not looking for anything to say anything that lengthy like I did last time. But I just want to talk about keeping score. You know, it was I want to talk a little bit more about that because it was really, you know, it's one of those it really. Like if you've never done it, you probably wouldn't know, but it really keeps like it's a mental sport. you work just as hard mentally as you do physically. Like when you go out in the field to play baseball, you really have to. It's just a great experience. You really have to kind of pay attention, like we said, like, you know, if you daydream and stuff like that, because you got to really listen to all the calls really well by the umpire. And I thought that was really cool. It keeps you alert. It's one of those yeah. It's just really cool. I just liked it. That's all I want to say. I just liked it.
Yeah, and you know, I've had an opportunity to keep score, you know, not on a big level like that, but like the summer camp that I work at, sometimes I'll keep score for like the basketball games and stuff like that. It's really fun to do. It really is. Oh, especially if you know what you're doing. It's really fun to do that, and you know, like I said, you know, to be thrown in there and to be able to sort of handle that situation is a good trait to have. So you know, it's I'm glad you're able to do that. Like I said, hope maybe someday I'll be able to do something like that. But you know, that's pretty cool that you got to experience that. So I applaud you for that golf clap. So that's gonna do it for us here. On this latest edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. Want to wish everybody a safe and happy holidays, whichever holiday you celebrate, whether it's
Merry Christmas,
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, you know, whatever. I'm sure there's a few I'm missing, but happy holidays, happy New Year. We're going to take a week or so break for the holidays, and we will be back after the first of the year with some more exciting topics. We're going to have some more special guests.
Oh, yeah.
Which is going to be really cool.
And we might even have return of some special guests.
Yeah, exactly. We might have some returning special guests. Like he just, like he just said. But anyway, you know, just, you know, as we're going into New Year, just want to thank everybody who's watched us this far. You know, for those of you who subscribed, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we look forward to bringing you more of what we do, I guess is what you could call it, in 2014. So, for Kyle, I'm Robbie. Thanks as always for watching, and